So one of the reasons, and honestly one of the many reasons people visit Grand Teton National Park is just because it's so incredibly beautiful. The Teton Mountain range with the Grand and Mount Moran, of course, are the highlights, or at least a couple of many. One of the other reasons is the wildlife, which is amazing, and you'll see it, hopefully you'll see it everywhere. If you can stand getting up early in the morning, I highly recommend going to Schwabachers Landing for sunrise. Like most locations, this is a very popular place, so be sure you get here about an hour before sunrise. So that's really early in the summer months. Stake out a good location and then watch the sunrise. Just stand back, take it slow, and see the Tetons light up in the morning. Honestly, it's almost a spiritual event. Another way, if you have the time, is to do sunrise at Mormon Row one day and Schwabachers Landing the next. Mormon Row, of course, is also very popular, and getting a good photo of one of these amazing barns, they're called the molten barns, without a fellow tourist jumping in front of you, well, that can be challenging. In the same general region is Snake River Overlook. There is a large parking lot off of the main highway, and this is the location where the famous photographer Ansel Adams took his iconic Snake River and the Tetons photo. Now you can try and emulate this photo, and good luck if you do. But be aware that the trees have grown up just a little bit since Ansel was here, but regardless, it's still a very, very special location, and the photography is also wonderful. All right, let's head deeper into the park. I love the Moose Wilson Road, and if you drive Moose Wilson Road early in the morning, you may be lucky to see some wildlife. We have seen elk, bears, fox, and moose in this area, all off of Moose Wilson Road. Now there is a lookout that you will pass that overlooks a pond. Now we have seen moose here many times during our visits. Close to Moose Wilson Road is the Craig Thomas Visitor Center. The staff here are very helpful, and you can receive updates on the park and animal sightings at this location. Also, it's a great place to get maps and updates on things like camping. Now, close to the Visitor Center is the absolutely exquisite Chapel of the Transfiguration. The setting, this particular setting, is one of the most beautiful and iconic locations and is well worth a visit, and of course a few photos too. As we continue our drive around the park, we come to a series of lakes, most notably Jenny Lake, String Lake, and Taggart Lake. And of course, there's also the giant Jackson Lake. If you plan on visiting Jenny Lake, get there very, very early in the morning, as it's incredibly popular in the summer and parking is very difficult. You can catch a boat across the water as well as paddle kayaks and canoes. There's also great hiking on the other side of the lake, highlighted by Hidden Falls and Inspiration Point. Okay, from Jenny Lake, we'll now head north and hug Jackson Lake. Places to consider stopping when you drive around the lake would be Signal Mountain. There's a great viewpoint up above, and it's a great place also where you can see wildlife. If you follow Teton Park Road, you will cross over Jackson Lake Dam and reach a T intersection. If you take a left here, that will take you to Jackson Lake Lodge. If you take a right at the T intersection, that will take you to the famous Oxbow Bend. One of my favorites that no one seems to talk about is the Chapel of the Sacred Heart. It's a beautiful little church, although it does get forgotten, as the Chapel of the Transfiguration gets all the love. So there you go, the breathtaking Grand Teton National Park. If you have enjoyed this video, please like it and consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're planning a visit to the park, check out my other Grand Teton travel guide video.